Hi, and welcome back to InjuryGuru.com. I'm Carla Schimmelfennig, registered physical therapist, and this is the start of the neck exercise program. So this is exercise number 1, and with the exercises and stretches that I promised you to get you back to feeling better and get rid of some of that neck pain. So the first exercise is called cervical retraction. Now, you're probably thinking, well, what does that mean? I don't really care what you call it. Another name I have for this exercise is actually called the double chin. And that's because when I teach my patients this exercise, what I've learned over the years is that most of them will say, oh, you want me to do or make a double chin. So I simply say, yeah, that's what I want you to do. If that's what it looks like, then that's what we're going to call it. So cervical retraction, I'll show you real quick. For any of these or all of these exercises for the neck, I want you to make sure that you're sitting up nice and straight. If you're sitting slouched while doing these exercises, they aren't going to be as effective as they should be. So make sure you're sitting up straight. If you're sitting on a bench or a chair, scoot to the front edge of that chair. Make sure that both feet are on the floor, and make sure you have an arch in that low back so that your shoulders and neck just fall into line where they should be. So again, this is slouched. I'm sitting up nice and tall. I put an arch in my low back, and now my shoulders and head are lined up where they should be. So again, for cervical retraction or a double chin, it looks like this. All right, so I'm just bringing my head straight back, kind of straight back on my spine. Another way I show patients how to do this is I'll tell them to put a finger on their nose. Keeping your finger where it's at, just move your head so that your nose moves straight back from your finger. Let me show you from the side. So it looks like this. All right, and without using a finger like that. Now, a lot of times my patients they got it in the clinic when I'm showing them, but then by the time they come back a few days later, they're doing the exercise a little differently than what I show them. So a lot of times they do this. I'll show you from the side again. They do this. So they bring their head forward in order to bring their head back. I don't want you doing that. Your starting position should always be just a straight looking ahead, right? Not with your head forward. This is your starting position, and then you move back from there into what we call a retracted head position. All right, so when you do that exercise, I want you to do 2 sets of 10 repetitions every time you do that throughout the day. That's really, really important that you do it in those sets and repetitions. I want you to do it at least 3 to 4 times a day if you're having that neck pain and stiffness. And you can do it more often than that. So if you find that it's helping, I want you to do that 5 to 6 times a day. Especially if you are having neck pain or that neck pain seems to be increasing because of something you're doing, and you stop, you do 2 sets of 10 of that exercise, and it actually decreases that pain. That's a great sign that you need to keep going, and you need to do that frequently throughout the day. So that's it for cervical retraction. That's probably the hardest one that I'm going to show you to learn and to be able to see. But it's a really important exercise. It's a great starting point. By starting here and knowing that you tolerate this exercise without increasing your typical pain, then I can be sure that you're going to tolerate the rest of the exercises in this program. So get started and make sure you view the next video.